What's going on, everybody? Welcome to NESN Bets Kickoff. I'm Claudia Bellofatto alongside the one and only LeGarrette Blount, LG. Only 2 more Thursday Night Footballs left. It feels very, very strange to have 2 weeks left in the season. We have Jets at Browns. Browns laying 7 points, 7-point favorite. We saw some 7.5s at one point today. Are you laying that many with Joe Flacco?
Man, Flacco been on fire. I'm gonna have to say that there. I don't know if they're going to cover the 7.5. That's the spread that I've seen. I'm gonna say the Jets probably gonna cover that spread. I like the Jets to cover that spread. I don't like them to win the game, but I don't like them to lose by a lot. They're one of the best defenses in the NFL. So.
Yep, there's only 2 defenses better than the Browns, and it's the Jets and the Ravens. You really could switch them all around that #1 position when it comes to defense. So I agree. I think the Jets keep it close. I would maybe put the Browns in a 6-point teaser if you want to bring that down. Add them with another team for a 2-leg teaser. But again, that's getting complicated. Either way, you like to take the points. I'm leaning taking the points. Okay, you want to get really fancy. We don't want to confuse the audience. Let's talk about the total, though, because you said it. I just said it. 2 of the top defenses, low total around 34. Do you see them getting over that, or do they lean on the defense and the run game and go under?
I see them going under that. And like you said earlier, that line is moving. I've seen some 34.5s. I've seen a 35. So definitely going under. I mean, it's dropping so that they can, kind of catch it. But I'm going to go under here. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored here. So not a high-powered Jets offense, even though they can be explosive at times with the playmakers they have in Brees and Garrett Wilson. But I don't see a lot of points being scored. I see Jerome Ford controlling the game.
Mm-hmm.
I see Flacco obviously throwing the ball a lot since he's on fire here recently. Still don't equate to a lot of points, so I'm gonna go under here.
Let me ask you this, with Flacco, and we've only seen 4 games in this situation with this squad. Do you think they're a legitimate contender, or you just like them in this spot? Because you don't like them to blow out the Jets, so do you think they're a legitimate contender when you look at the rest of the teams around them?
I do think they're a legitimate contender. Your defense makes you a legitimate contender. If you got one of the top defenses in the NFL and your offense could do something, if they can just do a little bit of something, well then, yeah, you have a chance. Defense wins championships, offense wins games, and we've been hearing that from the beginning of time, since football started. That still stands true. The teams that have the better defense are going to win because obviously the other teams can't score points. So I'm going to give the Browns a chance here. I think that they have a legit chance to cause some ruckus in the postseason. Like I said, man, Flacco is looking good. I mean, yeah, he's throwing some picks here and there, but I mean, shoot, you got a 40-year-old quarterback, or I think he's close to it.
Yeah.
Playing really well. And
the Jets could have had him, which is the bummer here, because you would think in this situation, Aaron Rodgers would be under center, but as we know, that's not the case. Thought maybe he'd come back, but no, it's Trevor Siemian. That's what we have to deal with. So let's talk about the quarterback situation. What would you say is a better bet? Flacco over 233.5 passing yards, or Siemian 176.5? That's a pretty big jump between the two.
It is a pretty big jump between the two. Trevor Siemian 166.5. I mean, he threw the ball, I think, like 49 or 50 times last week, to even get, maybe 180 or something like that. So I'm going to go with Flacco over here, considering the fact that he's only had under 300 yards 1 out of the 4 games that he's played. Whether he's throwing picks or not, we're talking about the yards here. I like Flacco.
Yeah, Jets only allowing around 170 passing yards a game, but again, game script says they're going to get up early. They could just blow them out. That's what the game script says. If they're up by a touchdown, I don't know. This Jets defense worries me a little.
I need to see who this game script person is.
I'm gonna stay away from both of them because I don't want to bet over on Siemian. I'm leaning under on Flacco because it's going to be a tough defense. The toughest he has faced, right? Those first 4 defenses were a breeze for him. So
he's going to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah, it's a stay away for me, but probably safer bet to go over on Flacco. All right, Amari Cooper, who we do know is good to go in this one, over 56.5 receiving yards, or Garrett Wilson over 50.5. What's a better bet?
And I'm gonna have to go with Amari Cooper here. Like I said, the veteran relationship between Amari and Flacco. I just don't see them not doing a good job here. I think Amari Cooper might have had insane day, maybe a week or two ago. So it's kind of hard to go against him getting 56.5 yards when they're going to throw the ball a lot, whether they're winning or losing.
Coming off of 265, this number feels like he could get it in one catch. It's like he could get it in one catch. He's averaging 10 targets a game with Flacco. So yes, that connection quickly started working between the two of them. But yeah, I don't know about 256 because that's kind of hard to do twice, is it not?
Yeah, that's hard to do. But it's hard. It ain't hard to get the 56 part.
That's true. So better bet. We agree there.
How many 200 yards receivers have we had this season? It's happened a lot.
200, has it? Producer JJ will have to tell me, but
at least 190 plus. I know Tyreek's done it a couple times.
The high 100s, yes. Tyreek has been up there for sure. I don't know if somebody has hit over 256, though. It's wild. Anyways, we don't need that many. All we need is 57. All right, how about running backs? Jerome Ford, who you mentioned, over 46.5 rush yards, or Breece Hall over 42.5. This was 48.5. So the market has pushed this number way down on Breece Hall. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. I still don't like Breece Hall to even get over 42.5, to be honest with you. Really? But I do like Jerome Ford to get over 46.5 yards. He's going to get a lot of carries. He's continued to be the workhorse since Chubb's been out. I like him a lot. I think he's going to be an asset to these guys, and in this game, they got to use him as much as possible, and getting the ball as much as they can. I like him to get over 46.5 rushing yards.
My producer just told me 4 players, so you're right. That is a lot for how high that number is. That is wild.
Yeah.
It's a passing league now. What do you expect, right? I'm with you on Ford. You got to be able to
catch the football at running back.
Yeah, you're right. I'm with you on Ford, though. I think maybe this will be more of a ground game. Game script works well for them if they're playing from ahead. Like you said, 7.5 is the line out there. So I'm with you on Ford. Okay, now let's play another game. This one's fun. True or false? Kevin Stefanski should win NFL Coach of the Year.
False.
False, despite your hype around this Brown squad right now. Okay, I'm surprised.
I like them. Don't get me wrong. I like these guys. But I will say, a team that turned it around, that started out in not a good place. This Buffalo Bills team, they went on a slid here recently. Everybody expected these guys to be one of the better teams in the NFL. They haven't panned out. I like their coach. I like Robert Saleh, considering the fact that he lost Aaron Rodgers. But don't get me wrong, like Kevin Stefanski should definitely be one of the candidates. But I mean, if you go out there and get somebody like Flacco to revive it, that goes without saying. He's a good quarterback. He's probably going to be a Hall of Famer. And you're getting the whatever juice that is left into him out. So I mean, okay. I don't like that pick, but shoot, maybe he does get it. Maybe he does get it.
Well, Dan Campbell, some people had a ticket on Lions head coach.
Too.
He was the favorite for a while, but now Stefanski taking over the headlines because Browns have quickly turned it around, and a lot of people might just give the credit to Flacco, but it's on Stefanski too to bring Flacco in and get him accustomed to this new team. So no, I think he's in the conversation for a reason.
I like Dan Campbell as a candidate as well, though. I really like him.
I hope I do catch that ticket, but I'm a little nervous now.
Always got my back.
All right, true or false on the Jets side? Sauce Gardner is the best cornerback in the NFL. True or false?
That might be. I can agree with that. And I don't think I can agree with that because he does lock down guys, but he just don't get a lot of picks. You know what I'm saying? And that's the big thing for me. Like, when I judge like the best corners and stuff like that, it's the guys that get the most picks. And that's not saying that, the guys that don't have a lot of picks shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. Like, obviously Reeves deserves to be there, and whoever's in there deserves to be there. But I'm a pick guy. So I'm not saying that Bland from the Cowboys is the best corner in the league because he has a lot of pick sixes, because I've seen him get roasted. So I mean, if you're gonna go, I'm a pick guy. But I can agree with Sauce being the best corner in the league. He don't get a lot of interceptions, but he don't get roasted all the time. So I guess you can just, that evens out.
Yeah, I mean, I bet him to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, obviously the year that he won, and after that, I'm like, he's something special. He is tough. Maybe the interceptions aren't there, but in terms of coverage, yes, he's going to be one of the best, and he's so young. So obviously for a while, we'll see what happens to
Slay
Cooper
up there
tonight.
too. Slay up there. I like Slay too. You know what I'm saying? So, these guys are, I judge it off the interceptions because I like, the turnovers put me in the position to run the football. So.
And it's more fun for us too. So, final question: do you have a final score prediction for us?
I think this game is going to be 20-7.
20-7. Okay, that is a low score.
I don't like the Jets to score. I just don't like the Jets to score. I don't like 20-14. I don't like them to score a lot of points. You know what I'm saying? Like
the 7 might be right. The 7 could be right.
See, but Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson gives them a chance. These are big play guys. You know what I'm saying? So I know that only one play by one of these guys, and they have home run speed. So one big play by these guys will change the course of this game.
So true.
I don't know. I just like that. I just think that the Jets are going to cover the 7-point spread. So whether that's 20-17 or whatever it is, I like them to cover the spread more than I like the over/under total.
Okay.
I'll say that.
So let's throw the score prediction out the window. We're just taking the Jets to cover the 7.5. Hopefully a big game from Ford, and we'll call it a night. And then Joe Flacco we trust, right? Cool. All right.
There we go. See, that's the best bet. I'm sending that to you.
We appreciate you as always, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy Thursday Night Football.